Hi Virgo, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you subscribe, I upload my new videos for Virgo and Pisces on Saturdays. Also, the deck that I'm using today is called the Mystical Manga Tarot. And as always, if you guys are interested in getting a personal reading, my information is in the description below. So just a little bit more on how I shuffle. Sometimes the cards like to flip over in the deck. I do see them. However, I usually don't take them unless they jump out like these ones have. And usually if they jump out in groups that are too big, I'll go ahead and put them back and continue shuffling. But my main goal here is to get you guys roughly 8 or 9 cards, and then we can get started on your reading. All right, so I'm just going to try to pull out 2 or 3 more cards, and then we can get started. All right, Virgo, I'm going to go ahead and take these 2 cards right here. And with that being said, I do want to remind you guys very quickly that if you enjoy the reading, the best way to let me know is by leaving a like or a comment. But your overall energy here is the Ace of Pentacles, which is actually a really nice energy for you guys, especially since you guys are an earth sign, right? The Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning in everything that's earthly. So I'm thinking that for a lot of you guys, you might be seeing some newfound stability in your work life or career, as well as just some kind of new beginning in general that has to do with your stability. So I feel like something to do with the home or work or just finances in general is going to improve for you here. It's not necessarily going to be like winning the lottery or anything like where you just receive like a lump sum all at once. I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's going to be like a crack open of a door that you can then open yourself and sort of walk into the other room and begin a new journey in order to create more stability for yourself, right? And so what I mean by that is that this is going to require a lot of work and a lot of effort from your side, but I feel like you guys are no stranger to that, and you're happy to do that. You're happy to work for what you deserve because you know how to do it and you know how to do it well. And I feel like that's what this Ace of Pentacles is here to tell you, is that you're going to come into abundance sooner or later. So as long as you just keep at it and you keep working and, you know, you keep really focusing your energy towards what you want, it's going to manifest for you, because that's what the Ace of Pentacles is all about, is that physical abundance. So I do want to say that I see what looks like 4 blockages on this side, right? Because we have all 4 of these cards in reverse, and then we have all 4 of these cards in the upright. And so it almost feels like there is this weird dichotomy here where you have blockages and you have things that aren't blocked. So it's kind of like an open, like a one-way street, right? You have one energy flowing in this direction and then one energy flowing in this direction. So be very aware of where you're focusing your energy. I'm hearing the words this month. I feel like this month in particular is going to be very important for you guys. So try to identify the places where it's most necessary for you guys to pour in your energy, because if you do that, you're going to be able to move forward in a way that's much more effective, right? Don't be the salmon that swims upstream. swim with the current, because that'll help you get to where you want much faster. So with the Chariot here in reverse, it's kind of what I was talking about just now. The Chariot talks about movement. It talks about being able to go from one place to another, and the fact that it's in reverse tells me that you're no longer interested in going to that particular place, right? So I'm thinking back to that salmon example that I just talked about. So salmon, the reason they swim upstream is because they always go back to where they were born to lay their eggs, and then those salmon will eventually hatch and then leave and then come back as adults and lay their eggs there, and that's the cycle. Also, I'm looking at the clock as I'm filming this, and it's at 11:11, so I'm thinking that for a lot of you guys, you might be really resonating with that story. I think that for a lot of you guys, you've held tradition very very highly, especially since we have the Hierophant here, and the Hierophant is about that. It's about tradition. I feel like you guys have had a very strong connection with your roots, and now you're sort of learning, or not necessarily learning, but forging your own path, right? Because it feels like with the Chariot here, you're moving towards a different destination than the destination that you maybe had your eyes on originally. It's also very interesting because I see a King and the Queen here in reverse. So we have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, sorry, the Queen of Wands in reverse. Now, those two energies are very type A personalities, right? A lot of times those elements are categorized by sort of extroverted people. The Wands are people that get things done, you know, motivation, passion, drive. The King of Swords is somebody who's very intelligent, very learned, very educated, right? Communicative, everything that has to do with the mind. And then you have the Page of Pentacles here in reverse. So it almost feels like this may have been some kind of energy here that you've known in the past, but you've kind of grown away from. And with this Page of Pentacles, you're not really trying to make that effort to sort of grow back in that direction. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I feel like this might be like, for some of you guys, I'm hearing parents very strongly. It almost feels like you had kind of this example of these two parents, and you kind of decided, well, I want to do my own thing. I don't really want to follow in their footsteps. I don't want to do what they did, right? Like, this to me can feel like somebody who works with people, perhaps like a realtor or somebody who sells something, you know, very warm, very good at reading people. And this energy feels like somebody who is a little bit more on the intellectual side, like doctors or lawyers, right? But I feel like you're not really terribly interested in that, and you might be doing your own thing. I'm hearing that some of you guys might be doing something artistic or even tarot reading. I'm getting that strongly now. And I feel like in the past, it's kind of caused you this almost like pain, right? Because we have the Three of Swords with the the Hierophant, which is the fifth major arcana. So to me, it feels like following someone else's path that was set for you in the past has made you feel sort of guilt or even pain. And I feel like now that you're really setting your own path, it's allowing you to really find this new happiness, right? Because we have this Two of Wands here, which is all about planning and making things happen, right? So I feel like that's the stage that you guys are in right now. You're really trying to see how it is that you can make the things that you want happen, how it is that you can really pursue your own dreams. And then you have the Lover's card here, which to me can mean two things. For one, we'll say three things. For one, I'm getting sort of this like Romeo and Juliet type story, right? So it might be that you're dating somebody who is like perhaps not necessarily falling within your like traditional like traditions and values and whatever, but like I feel like love is love in this situation, you know. Obviously you should be the one to pass the final judgment on who it is that you decide to be romantically involved with, but I'm getting a second scenario here where you guys are very much falling in love with what you're doing, and the plans that you're setting up are so that you can feel this love, right? Because love doesn't necessarily have to be romantic with another person. It could be self-love, or it could be love for your career, or love for anything else. And then the third sort of scenario that I'm getting, or interpretation of this card, I should say, is that sometimes one of the elements of the Lover's card that gets a little bit more forgotten because, you know, the symbolism of the Lovers is so, you know, straightforward, is this energy of surmounting obstacles. So I think that for a lot of you guys, because of your good planning, you're able to really surmount the obstacles that are in your way in order to get to this Ace of Coins. And like I said in the beginning, this Ace of Coins is like giving you the initial boost, but the rest is up to you, and you're happy to do it. But that was your reading first time around, Virgo. If you guys enjoyed, please consider leaving a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel, and I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I said, I upload my new Virgo videos on Saturdays, but in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings that I have up on the channel. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.